Hi everybody, it's Michelle, and today I am going to be wrapping up my One Book July challenge. So this year for 2019, the challenge was going through this book, the bullet journal method, and trying to apply this method to your planning system. So I did, of course, I had already read the book and I finished going through the audiobook also on top of that. And I got a lot of useful insight from this book, not so much about how to plan, but why I plan, what I should be planning, those types of things. More of the philosophy and the meaning behind planning and sitting down and thinking through what it is that you really want and how to make that happen. So I really enjoyed the book and I recommend it to anybody out there who's even thought about maybe reading this book. Go ahead and do it. If you don't want to buy it, get it at the library, get it from a friend, get it from somebody, get it free on Audible. But it's a great book. But if you're looking for actual techniques on planning, there, of course, that is in here, but this is more philosophy, I think, and the method, the entire method of why we should be planning. Now, I finished out the month in the same book that I started in, which is a major accomplishment for me. So, and I didn't really want to move out of my book. I did switch the cover back again to the one I started in, which is the Gaylor leather cover, except no wallet stuff is in here. I just put the book in here. My wallet is in a totally separate place now because in the middle of the month I signed up for a gym membership, and so my wallet and my keys go with me into the gym, and I don't need to carry that all with me in my planner any longer. So I just have my little decorations here, and this is always Cocoa Daisy. That's the only place I bother to get any kind of decorations or any cuteness in my planners. It all comes from my Cocoa Daisy subscription. So that's all that here. And this is the same book, which is a Stalogy A5 that I cut down to be a standard size, like to fit into a traveler's notebook. So that's what's in here. And I stuck this Hobonichi booklet here. These are for the weeks, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. So I pulled it out of the other cover that I had it in because I wasn't using the other books yet, and it was just too bulky. This is a lot easier to carry around. Very slim and nice to hold in my hand. I had already set up August, so I have that in here going forward, and I'm not really going to flip through the book now because I've already done that, and it was just really adding in more daily logs and notes from different things. This book has been extremely useful. I have loved being in this book, and I already, like I said, have August all set up to go. So I'm not sure if I'm going to stay in this book, even though I've loved it and I would love to finish it out. But I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to plan in here. I'm going to give myself today to think about that because I was thinking about trying to go smaller and giving that to myself as a challenge for the month of August, is starting something new, or not new, but different, and doing it smaller. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm going to think about that for today and see how that goes. But I think the challenge was really successful for me, and I think a lot of people got into the challenge this year too, because this book has been very popular. You know, bullet journaling is very popular, and this is kind of getting back to the basics and the actual method of the bullet journal, instead of all of the decoration and the pretty, which is gorgeous and I love looking at it, but it's not something that I do in my own planner. I like to put in washi tape and stickers and all of that just because I love all the color. I put in pictures. That makes it visually interesting for me. But I don't draw and I don't make fancy spreads. I don't do any of that because all my writing in here is just messy as all get out because I don't care. That's not important to me. What's important is what I'm actually writing down, not necessarily how it looks, if that makes sense. But I think it was successful for me. in teaching me how to sit down every day actually and reflect on what I'm doing and what I need to do for the next day, which I wasn't always very good at, and I know I need to get better at doing that. I did mention before that the rapid logging was not something that I do, even though I do daily logs, but my logs are long and I'm very wordy and I write about a lot of things. It's not a rapid log. That's not appealing to me. I don't want to do it that way. I'd rather have us take up a whole page of just a bunch of writing. But I know me and that's my style and that's what I prefer to do. So that is something that I do differently than here. I do the logs, but it's not a rapid log. But everything else is kind of, I have to have a monthly spread. These are things that I've known about myself for a very long time. And so I just kind of incorporated some of the other methods in here with what I already know works for me. And I think that that's what everybody should do. But like he says in this book, try it out for like 3 weeks and then determine what's working and what's not, what you should add in, what you should take away. Because try the system first, see if it's going to work, and then add to that or take away. So that is it for my one book July for 2019. I hope you got some use out of this challenge this year. And also, if you were interested in doing it digitally, I hope you watched my video on that, on some of the apps and hardware that you could use in order to put the bullet journal method into practice in a digital format. There won't be any more One Book July videos for me for this year. I will be having some digital planning tutorials coming up during the month, so keep a lookout for that if you're interested in digital planning. And if you have any questions about anything that I have used or the way that I have done things or the book, just put it down below and I will get to you as soon as possible. You guys have a great day and I will see you next time.